Well, and we know that, that's not exactly going to be the way it plays out. Let's talk about a week prior to that famous promo on Nitro. We've got the NWO, of course, running roughshod, and there's some interaction with Mean Gene Okerlund doing a promo with Kurt and Ric Flair, and Flair's bragging about Kurt becoming a horseman, and Kurt saying, no, I've just agreed to team with Flair at the Clash. I haven't quite yet agreed to be a horseman. And Kurt saying he's looking for competition, but he's hesitant to commit to the horseman. And as the promo's ending, as the guys are walking up the aisle, you see Rick like, what are you talking about? We already talked about this. You're going to be a horseman. And later in that same show, Rick would beat 6 of the NWO, Sean Waltman, by DQ at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. He has 6 in a figure 4. And at that point, sort of the B squad of the NWO comes out: Vincent, Buff Bagwell, Scott Norton. Kurt runs in to make the save, and the NWO decides to flee. The main event would see Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger on one side, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash on the other. Eventually, Page makes the hot tag to Lex Luger about 13 and a half minutes into the match, gets a huge ovation, and that brings the entire NWO to charge the ring and prompt a DQ. And then Giant and Flair would run to the ring and join the fight. And there is some NWO versus Horseman involvement, as Flair and 6 once again are getting involved at the end of the show. You're not really on this show a week out from this famous promo, the My Spot promo. You're still doing agenting duties. Do you know at this point, I might not be able to make it, or when do you know? Because I believe Bischoff has said that, the day of that Nitro where you do the famous promo is where you told him. When did you know, hey, I can't do this anymore? Did you know a week prior at that Nitro?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact time frame. It was a few days before I was due to go back to television. And the conversation prior to this, not knowing, when I was going to be back, but me still saying I was going to be back, and the office, I think, thinking I was going to be back. We had to fill that spot. And that spot, we all kind of kicked it around legitimately, Rick, myself, and everybody. Who would you want to have, be in the Horseman? Not take my spot, but in addition to myself, Kurt Hennig has always been a world-class performer. Always. And he's funny as hell. He would have been a perfect fit. He really would have. He would have been a perfect fit to be a horseman. And there was some conversation about that. But I think it was just, they were just kind of seeing where it would land, and nothing was etched in stone. But about 3 or 4 days before I was supposed to go back to TV, the guy he comes up to me. I'm sitting there drinking a bottle of water, and he doesn't know. He just knows he hadn't seen me at the gym in a few months, and kind of smacks me on the back and goes, "Hey, Double A, where you been?" And man, it was like somebody just stuck me with that cattle prod again, in the back. And, my God, that bottle fell out of my hand, and it was like, whew, that voice, there's that voice again. You're done. No doubt about it. You're done. And now the clear head takes over and goes, this little bitty pissant just slapped me in the back and got that big of a reaction. What's going to happen when I get slammed or suplexed or belly to belly or one of those things? And you're having this conversation in your head again. And I knew right then, clear as a bell, it was just deadpan voice. You're done. It's over. You can't fix this one. So we had a couple of days of kind of talking to the wife and getting her input. And we decided I was going to go down and, at TV and let Eric know that, I wasn't going to be able to wrestle anymore. So we're going to have that conversation. And I wonder, since it was so fresh and all these voices were going on in my head, one of them saying you got a chance to say goodbye and it not be a work, it not be bullshit, it not be an angle. You know you're done. Your family knows you're done. Let's just let the world know and see if they got time for me to have a promo and retire.
So to be clear, the fellow who slaps you on the back at the gym, that happens in Charlotte. You're not quite out the town yet. I think, the Nitro we're talking about that we're headed towards is actually in South Carolina. So that wasn't a flight. That was just a drive for you, right?
Yep.